Hello. This is going to be our last video on how to edit with Adobe Premiere. Going to cover one more area that I think is going to be really useful for you. So let's go to the editing setup. We'll be needing that effect panel right now. And we're going to be working with this video clip down here and using video effect control panel. So the effect control panel, as we mentioned before, is where if you add an effect to the clip, you'll see it show up here on the effect control panel, and then you can make modifications. But there's some very important parts here that are just sort of always on in the effect controls that you'll probably use. So let's go up here and make sure we're selecting the right clip. We have a thing called motion. Now, motion includes all of these different options, but the two that we're going to focus on is position and scale, things I use all the time. So position is really the position of where the video is within the frame of the shot or the frame of the film. So if I take this first number, I put the cursor on top of it, and then I hold it down, and then I move it to the right or to the left. You can change the positioning of that. You can also do it on the y-axis up and down. Now you're wondering, why would I want to do this? There are a lot of different reasons. I think the first one is, I would say that you can really do some cool things where moving the position of the image, like for example, for transitions, can be very cool. So I'm going to show you how this is done. I need to introduce a concept called keyframing. Keyframing is the way we help create special effects that change with your film. So I'll just give you an example. Let's say we want the video to start here, and then we want it to fly off, like fly up in the air past the frame. So we got to first start with the position where it's going to start, and we're going to press position. This little stopwatch sign is where you would press for the keyframe. Now, if you look here, the little diamond kind of formed, and that's where the keyframe is. This here is actually just the clip down here. It's easier to work, so you don't have to go back and forth and check things. You can see where the keyframes are on this video clip. Okay, so let's say that we want the video to fly up. So we're going to have to set a new keyframe. We're going to use the y-axis because that's up and down. And we're going to slide it up like this, out of the way. So now you don't even need to press the button again. It just automatically creates a second keyframe. So the first keyframe, you could just move the blue here or here, and then the second keyframe, it disappears. All right, so let's play it and see what it looks like. That's really slow. We're going to move this keyframe closer, and then it'll actually go a lot faster. So let's see it again, or sort of faster. So yeah, that's keyframing. So there's a lot more to it, but you'll be using this concept a lot. You actually used it with your sound editing, and it's a fundamental concept that you should be very comfortable with. Now, the other part of the motion that's really important is something called scale. So let's first get rid of these keyframes. You can just select them and delete them, and then the video will be back to normal. So scale is just the size of the image. So if I take the cursor, put it on top of the blue, and then hold my finger down and then slide the other finger back and forth, you could just change the shape of it. And like, why would you want to do that? Well, sometimes when you're shooting, the images can be the wrong size. Like you'll see it very small and you're wondering, why is my image so small? And the reason why typically is because you've shot with different cameras and the different formats sometimes show up differently onto your film. And so you can fix it using scale really easily by just changing the shape and making it fit the frame. So that's it. I'm not going to go over the other things. You can check them out yourself, but these are really fundamental concepts, which in more advanced units we'll be covering in more depth.